All right, so welcome back, everybody, to this text exploration of the way of abiding, basically the meditation manual, everything you need to know about your enlightened mind and um, what to do, what not to do, what things look like and don't look like, describing the three main aspects of your mind: the essence, the nature, and the responsiveness. And that's also corresponding with the three kayas, of course. Awareness is Dharmakaya, your own awareness, very simple awareness that's here right now. Everybody, even the kitty right here, has the awareness. As she's looking through her eyes, there's awareness. Yes. As she's hearing my voice, all of that is within her knowingness. She doesn't need to think about it very much. So, just like that, our awareness is empty Dharmakaya. You cannot find a location, it's everywhere, but it's nowhere substantially located. Uh, our awareness is Sambhogakaya because it's cognizant. It's just like space, but one little difference, Tulku Organ Rinpoche says, eh, that's that it has a knowingness. It knows experience. There's a mind there. Space, if we think about it as a volumetric um, field, then it doesn't have a mind, right? In the sense of a metaphor. So our awareness is Sambhogakaya. It is cognizance, so empty cognizance. And then it also, our mind, this awareness, everything is within it, embraced within the scope of this awareness. So that's the Nirmanakaya. All appearances, all sounds, feelings, thoughts, all is embraced within the scope of awareness, okay? So here we're probably going to be concluding the source verses. This section is on openness. We've already gone through ineffability, which means beyond description, beyond the intellect. We've gone through openness, and now we're going through oneness. Excuse me. I always get oneness and openness mixed up. Maybe it's because they're all one. But yes, we've gone through openness, we've gone through presence, and now we're going through oneness. All right, oneness. And I suppose I'll just reiterate that when you release your conceptualizing, thinking, and contracting into emotional energy, then there's openness there. Yeah, and they all fall into line together. So as soon as you release self-grasping or proliferating, then all of a sudden openness, pure presence, and oneness are all there. As soon as you release into it, it's just like the clenched fist, right? But right now, it doesn't have openness, it doesn't have presence, and it doesn't have oneness. It's here. I'm here in my fist. Ugh, I'm so mad at the world. And da, 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 da. Excuse my dirty hands. That's just how it is out here. But anyway, so it's like contracted. I'm thinking. I hate the world. I hate the world. I hate the world. Okay, and then somebody says, "Hey, my friend, stop thinking about that so much." And you say, "Okay, now you're open." But I hate the world. No, then you're opening. Back up. Well, do I hate the world or do I not hate the world? My friend, just leave it. Don't even think about it. Okay, so now it's open. It's purely present. It's here. It's receptive to other things. It's one with everything, right? It's not closing off and creating a contracted artificial kind of boundary, right? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that that is allowing you to access a little bit more. So it says here all phenomena are embraced within a single self knowing awareness, even though they arise as the totality of samsara and nirvana, the phenomenon of the world of appearances and possibilities, limitless, boundless, arise from basic space. Now, by the way, there's a very interesting correlation with modern physics happening here. Within empty space, they found these quantum fields with the potential for every fundamental particle. It just needs to be stimulated in the right way. To me, that's very similar to awareness. Awareness has the potential for anything to appear. Uh, exactly like when you dream, you can dream of any world. You can have a dream of any experience. You can even be a cow pig that flies through the mountains on rainbows and sweeps away the stars with your broom of compassion. You can be as abstract as you want, and it will still be within mind. It will all still be embraced within mind. So, all these different worlds, all these different possibilities, um, one thing is the same, the nature of mind. Okay. And yes, our mind, it makes so much sense, stimulates the empty space, the Dharmakaya, just like sperm stimulates an egg, just like sperm goes into an egg and gives birth to something. We do that with our mind. Our mind vibrates. We have little mind sperms that go into the empty space, vibrate it, and create the vibrations, what we call fundamental particles, which are nothing more than vibrations. So, very interesting stuff. That's how lucidity works. That's how it sews together reality on a very subtle, lucid level, you see. And that's why you should always be kind to your sexual fluids. Treat them good if you can, you know, retain them. If you retain them, then that's helping with compassion. If you cannot retain both male and female, then at least be mindful of where your little friends are going, okay? Okay, so back to the text. Therefore, they're subsumed within the basic space from which they first arise. Even as myriad things appear, they do not stray from the scope of awareness. So these apparent phenomena are embraced within the expanse of that naturally occurring awareness. Remember, this is oneness that we're talking about now. So Longchenpa's really bringing that point across that everything, this is the radical part. This is what makes Dzogchen so exceptional, in my opinion. That a lot of meditations ask you to sit here and be with your emotions. I'm asking you to sit here and be with the whole world, just as it is. Leave it. Big difference. No inside, no outside. If there's a feeling of inside, let it be within awareness. hmm And then you start to really clear up and have some happiness, joy, some lightness in your experience. So, although subsiding in basic space, with no distinction between their arising and being freed, they are nothing other than awakened mind, and so are embraced by the single primordial nature in which phenomena are resolved. Uh-huh. So I'd like I wish I had more experience with the Judeo-Christian Abrahamic traditions because I believe they posit a similar thing that heaven is here on earth, that as above, so is below, and all these things that have been said throughout history that indicate that purity is among us. Yeah. And then our minds just stimulating things into impurity, vibrating things into impurity. Therefore, all phenomena are embraced within a single awareness. Wow, it's right there, one sentence. So many folks just ignore that part about Dzogchen, not in this group, but out there in the Dzogchen world, it seems to be not so understood that everything that's going on, the presidential elections, the animal holocaust that's happening, all that stuff, the wars, the peace, the happiness, the good times, bad times, and everything in between, it's all within awareness. So that's how you can actually, that's why Dzogchen is considered the most beneficial in terms of merit, in terms of bodhicitta and compassion, because since everything's within your awareness, guess what happens when you don't cloud it with thinking so much? Well, then your compassion, your open hearted compassion, can permeate everything that's within your awareness, including the wars. Yeah, including the peace and the war. So the ultimate heart essence, without transition or change, is embraced within the very heart of enlightenment, unwavering awareness. It is fully encompassed as that which is unchanging and non-composite. Yeah, so this, and many teachers have commented on that. I always like to cite Dujum Rinpoche and Naguma that say, so many say it's so simple. Your awareness is right here. Yes, this very simple mind of yours, that is your enlightened mind. And it may not seem like it when you have patterns that take you out of it right away. You can't really explore it. You can't really get to know, is this my enlightened mind really? Because you're constantly going back to the conditioned mind. But as you can explore and trust more and more by keeping a consistent practice, then you'll see this is indeed enlightened mind that I have access to. Within oneness, the decisive experience is that of naturally occurring timeless awareness itself. Basic space is without beginning or end. Everything is complete therein. All elaborations completely subside. All phenomena abide in the ultimate heart essence, the nature of phenomena. You see there, Longchenpa always making sure you have all the information, never leaving anything fragmented. Saying there, the nature of phenomenon is awareness. The nature of mind, your Buddha nature, Sugata Gata Garba. Sugata Garba. I don't think there's an extra gata in there. Tata Gata Garba in Tibetan, as they say. This is your Buddha nature, Rang Rigpa. Yeah? Okay. So in this way, outer objects and inner mind, the phenomenon of samsara and nirvana, are free of fragmenting elaborations that distinguish coarse from subtle. One comes to this decisive experience within basic space, timelessly empty like the sky. Even awakened mind, if analyzed, has no substance. It is without origination or duration, does not come or go, cannot be characterized, and is beyond expression. Okay, I think we can pause there. Looks like, well, as I remember, I think oneness was a little bit longer of a section too. All right, well, thank you so much, Yeshi, and everybody today for your presence and allowing this, making it happen. And we shall return to the section on oneness here, but it's very nice. I think everybody's getting it. You know how we can leave the whole world, all reality within our abiding.